So for today's cake and muffin recipe, these are all the ingredients we'll need. So for the dry ingredients, we'll need bread flour, all-purpose flour, sugar, salt, and baking powder. And then for the wet ingredients, we'll need milk, vanilla, butter, and eggs. So for flour, you'll need 150 grams of all-purpose flour and 100 grams of bread flour. But if you don't have bread flour, you can just use 250 grams of all-purpose flour. And then for sugar, you'll need 140 grams, but it can vary depending on your taste. And then for salt, you'll need 1 teaspoon of salt. And for baking powder, you'll need 2 tablespoons of baking powder. You'll need baking powder to make the cake rise. And then for the wet ingredients, you'll need 1 cup of milk, half a cup of butter, 1 teaspoon of French vanilla, and 3 large eggs. For butter, if you don't have that much butter, you could just do 1/4 cup of butter and then 1/4 cup of oil. Or if you don't have any butter at all, you could just use oil. For French vanilla, you don't have to use vanilla. You can use other flavors depending on your taste. The first thing you do is to sift the flour. So just sift it all. And then once you're done sifting the flour, it's time to add all the dry ingredients in. And then just mix them all together. And then just put them on the side for now. After you're done with the dry ingredients, it's time to beat the eggs. So just crackle the 3 eggs and beat them together using a whisk. Whisk it until they're all blended thoroughly. After you're done mixing the eggs, it's time to add the butter with the eggs. So just add the butter while you're whisking the eggs. And then add the milk. And then finally add the French vanilla. So just keep mixing until all of them are blended thoroughly. So after you're done with the wet ingredients, it's time to add both ingredients together. So just mix the wet ingredients in with the dry ingredients. So just keep mixing. Like so. Mixing until everything's blended together. So if you feel that your batter is a little liquidy, you could always add more flour. Or if you feel that it's too dry, you could always add a little bit more milk. Just keep mixing. So after you think you're done mixing, you can put it in the pan now. Make sure to add oil in the pan so that it won't be sticky. So if you want this batter to make both muffins and cake, you could use a cake pan and then a muffin tray over here. Or if you just want muffins or cake, just use only them. So brush a bit of oil so that it won't be sticky. Just brush it all around the pan. So for this recipe, we're doing both a cake and muffins, but it can be your choice whether you want all muffins, all cake, or both. If you want, you can add chocolate chips or shredded coconut, whichever you choose. For today, we're going to be adding chocolate since we love chocolate here. And then we're going to add it on the cake as well, but you don't have to. So for the temperature, we're going to be doing 330 degrees Fahrenheit. Then you have to warm up your oven for 10 minutes so it heats up. So bake this cake for 30 to 35 minutes. So after your oven is heated up, you can put the batter in now. We're going to turn it to 30 minutes.
Few years later.
So this is how the cake looks like for 20 minutes so far. It's almost done rising. After the cake is done, you should probably put it in for 5 or 10 more minutes. Or if the toothpick's already coming out clean, then you don't have to put it in any longer. Look at all that chocolate. Looks so good. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you want to watch more, please subscribe down below and turn on your post notifications. Until then, bye!